What a day for African football. The WAFCON gets on the way today. Man, I'm so excited about this. SC, we're talking about Tanzanian football. They make their return to the WAFCON.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know earlier, when was the last time they appeared at this prestigious tournament? I'm sure you have the answer now. You've given Brian a call.
Yeah,
He's told you the answer.
Bruno has given me a solid message to say, look, Tanzania one and only previous WAFCON was in 2010 in South Africa.
2010 in South Africa. Wow, interesting. Speaking of interesting, now Senegal, they're making headlines for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I like that. Dedication.
Consistency.
Months to the actual tournament. I think the tournament starts on the 2nd of August.
Yeah.
But already they're putting together a training camp for this tournament. Should the other teams be worried?
Yeah, they should be. A team that's defending this competition is already out there, putting players on their paces, checking everything if the players are solid. Obviously, also administratively, it also gives you an opportunity as the coach and the technical team to look at other things such as your data. It gives you a lot of time to assess your team. So Senegal is sending out a huge and a stern message to say, guys, it's not going to be as easy as you imagine. And also you have to look at the number of pool of players they have and what they've done into the Senegal team or the previous Senegal teams, Again, also it represents an opportunity for me, I look at it on the positive side. It also sends an opportunity for other teams to start assessing Senegal and saying, okay, you guys are out there, you're doing this. Let's see what we can learn from you guys and what can take coming into the tournament.
But it seems like they know how important this tournament is.
Yeah.
Just remind the viewers at home, why is this tournament so important? Why should teams take the chance seriously?
Look, it goes in so many ways, the importance of this tournament, Ade. A lot of countries, to be honest with you, don't take it that seriously. And they forget that it's a platform for new blood to be bred in.
Yes.
New blood in terms of players, new blood in terms of technicality, in terms of technical benches, in terms of your coaching. It gives people an opportunity to express themselves. It gives players an opportunity to express themselves. You go back into the Senegal setup, it has given them a platform.
And sorry to interject you there, but I was going to say that this CHAN tournament, do national sides really look at the CHAN tournament and actually incorporate these players into their team in most cases?
Not entirely, to be honest with you, Adelan. There's only a few countries that do that. The one that we started at the top of, it's the only team probably that looks at it and says, we take this thing so seriously. For instance, I can make an example in terms of a practical one. You look at South Africa alone. South Africa comes into this tournament and they hardly have players for this tournament. Again, we have to also send out a message to say, where the tournament has been placed, does it put teams that are playing in their respective leagues an opportunity to send out players? But then you look at that space alone, it says not entirely. Hence, you find teams that are not sending players out there to
So why isn't South Africa sending out players for the CHAN?
You look at the window that we're talking about in terms of when the tournament happens, the start of it, the end of it, and you look at that alone and say, right now we are about to head into preseason. How many teams are going to risk it and say, I'm sending Adelane to the national team when I'm still trying to figure out how Adelane plays?
You shouldn't do that. Anyway, at the top of the show, I promised you that we would have our FIFA Club World Cup Best 11 for you. SC, give us the names on your list.
I'm going to challenge you on this one.
Or your controversial list. Let's hear those names.
Number 1, I've got Ronan Williams. Okay. On my right back, I've got Kulisi Mudau. Left back, I've got Mohamed Amin Pan. Number 4, which is the two centre backs, I've got Mohamed Tugai from Esperance, Grant Kekana, Tebo Mukwena, Mohamed Alben. I've got Tembinkosi Loch. I've got Lucas Costa Ribeiro. And I've got Trezeguet. And I've got Wissam Abu Ali.
Wissam Abu Ali. I can't believe you left out Ikram Renas. I had Divine Lunga on my list. You also had even Tembinkosi Loch I had on my list. And did you have Loch on your list?
I do have Loch on my list.
Okay, all right. We were going to arrest you if you didn't. Lucas Ribeiro, Abu Ali. You can see the names on your screens right now on my list. I think I have the better side.
It's literally the same thing if you look at it.
No. It's not. Mine is more balanced. You have a right-footed defender and a left-footed defender. Anyway, let me get into the faces still shining, the African faces still shining in the United States, despite the fact that 4 of our clubs have been knocked out of the competition. And these faces make up my diamonds this week. I have, coming in at number 3 is Koulibaly from Senegal. The former Chelsea and Napoli defender was at the heart of the action when the Lions of Teranga became the first ever African country to beat the 3 Lions of England last month. And his British demolition spree continued after making English giants Manchester City his latest victim. He scored the winning goal in that match. Now, coming in at number 2 is Achraf Hakimi. Now, Hakimi, when PSG beat Seattle Sounders, Hakimi contributed to the win with a stunning goal in the 66th minute and was named man of the match. The Moroccan international clearly hasn't forgotten his shooting boots in Paris. Hakimi was incredible in that match. Now, at number 1 is Yassine Bono. Is he the greatest goalkeeper in the history of Moroccan football? His performance that orchestrated Manchester City's downfall certainly suggests it. Bono was on top form and kept out Haaland and co. And at the end of the match, Manchester City's Norwegian striker Haaland was spotted telling Bono to join him at the Etihad after he made 10 saves. So those are my diamonds for this week, SC. Thank you so much for joining us. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you. But next week's show, you don't want to miss it. We have a surprise for you. Till next time, Ninitanda Nonke Kakulu.